Is the Ageas Federal Platinum Wealth Builder Plan truly a wealth building gem or just another ULIP polished with marketing shine? Let us find out the answer to this question through an in-depth analysis in this video. Hi there, welcome back to holisticinvestment.in, where we help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decision to reach your financial goals in a more faster and smarter way. Now, before analyzing this policy, let us first understand few basic details about it. This is a unit-linked, non-participating individual life insurance plan. Some of the key features of the policy are: you get to enjoy the dual benefit of financial protection and potential wealth creation. You get to extend the protection by including your spouse under the same plan. You can also enhance your fund value over time through periodic rewards, and there are no policy admin costs, plus there are also written off charges benefit available at maturity. So you get to choose your preferred premium payment term and mode as per your convenience, and there you get to also access 9 fund options with the freedom of unlimited switches, and you get to make use of the systematic partial withdrawal feature for flexible access to funds, and there are tax benefits as well. So these are some of the key features of the policy, and there are benefits like maturity benefit, death benefit, which will differ based on the plan option you have opted for. Under the unit link policy, there are investment strategies and fund options available according to your risk appetite and financial goals. You can choose them. But at the unit link policy, there is also drawback where they charge you charges like premium allocation charge, but there is no policy administration charge, but there is mortality charges. So there are other charges like fund management charge, discontinuance charge. So these charges apply throughout the policy term. So each time you pay a premium, a portion is deducted toward these charges, reducing the actual amount invested and directly affecting your final corpus. Although some charges are refunded at maturity, the potential compounding benefit on those deducted amount is lost. So these are some drawbacks that you need to keep in your mind. Also, there are some advantages like you can access your funds through partial withdrawal after completing 5 policy years in case of emergencies. You also get to set up regular withdrawal of a predetermined amount on pre-selected dates for consistent liquidity. You get to choose to receive your maturity benefits in structured installments instead of a lump sum. You also get to move between different fund options at any time to match your changing risk appetite or market outlook. So you also get to redirect your future premium payments to other funds at no additional cost as often as you wish, and you have the flexibility to modify your premium amount or sum assured as per your financial needs. So these are some of the advantages. However, there are some disadvantages as well, like the policy does not allow borrowing against the policy value, and you cannot invest additional funds through top-up premiums, and the withdrawals or policy exits are restricted during the first 5 policy years. So only the net premium after deducting charges is actually invested in the chosen funds, and the sum assured offered under this policy may not provide sufficient financial protection for your family. So you need to consider all these drawbacks before deciding to invest in this policy. Now, as we have a basic idea about it, let us now move on to the analysis part of the video, where we are going to conduct an IRR analysis based on the benefit illustration given in the policy brochure to help us take a more informed decision. But if you still want to know more about certain aspects of the policy in detail, you can refer to the policy brochure. So for calculation purpose, let us assume that a 35-year-old male has purchased this policy with a sum assured of 50 lakhs. The policy term is 20 years with a premium payment term of 10 years and an annual premium of 5 lakhs. So at the end of the policy term, the fund value inclusive of wealth boosters, loyalty additions and written off charges becomes payable provided all premiums are paid regularly. So according to the brochure, the projected fund value are based on assumed return of 4 and 8%, which are not guaranteed returns and may vary depending on market performance and policy charges. So this is just for example purpose. So at a 4% return, the estimated fund value is 73.20 lakhs, resulting in an IRR of 2.47% as per the policy's maturity calculator, which is lower than typical savings account rate. At an 8% return, the projected fund value is 1.30 crores, translating to an IRR of 6.28% as per the policy's maturity calculator, which is comparable to or even lower than long-term bank fixed deposit returns. So despite being a 20-year investment, the plan's returns may struggle to outpace inflation, making it unsuitable for achieving long-term financial goals where inflation-adjusted growth is crucial. So as we know that this policy is not giving us the desirable outcome that we need, let us now use the same premium amount to be utilized more efficiently by separating insurance and investment components to achieve better returns and greater flexibility in the next comparative analysis. So here we are going to revisit the same scenario with a more efficient approach. So for life cover purpose, we have taken up a pure term life insurance policy offering a sum assured of 50 lakh, which costs us an annual premium of 10,800 rupees for a 20-year policy term with a 10-year premium payment period. So this leaves us with 4,89,200 rupees per year available for investment, which can be allocated based on your risk tolerance. So if you take a look at the investment options, low risk investors can choose debt instruments such as the Public Provident Fund PPF, and if you are a high risk investor, you may prefer equity instruments like equity mutual funds. And for comparison, let's assume investments in both a PPF and an equity mutual fund. So the PPF account requires a minimum annual contribution of 500 rupees for 15 years, although the investment period differs slightly from the 10-year premium payment term. The variation is negligible for example purpose. So even considering the annual contribution limit of 1.5 lakhs, the excess amount is negligible as it is for example purpose. The final maturity value for the PPF stands at 1.44 crores with an IRR of 6.95%, nearly matching the 8% assumed return in the ULIP. However, as a debt instrument, PPF offers safer and more stable returns. The equity mutual fund investment, on the other hand, grows to a pre-tax maturity value of 2.98 crores. After accounting for the capital gains tax, the post-tax maturity value stands at 2.67 crores, which yields a post-tax IRR of 11.10%. And if you have any doubts regarding how the equity mutual fund tax is calculated here, we have presented a small tabular column for this purpose on the screen, which you can pause and see. So these figures clearly highlight that a combination of term insurance and mutual fund investment can deliver substantially higher returns compared to the Ageas policy. So this approach not only enhances wealth accumulation but also ensures greater control, flexibility and transparency over your investments. So what is the final verdict then? Is investing in the Ageas Federal Platinum Wealth Builder plan worth it or not? So this is a traditional unit linked insurance plan that combines market participation with life coverage. However, investors who are willing to take on market risk typically expect inflation beating long-term returns. Unfortunately, this plan falls short of their expectation. It fails to generate alpha, indicating that the risk-return trade-off is not in the investor's favor, and it also has a high agent commission. The primary reason for the subdued returns lies in the plan's high charges. So although some of these charges are refunded at maturity, the time value of money is lost, diminishing overall growth potential. So while it is marketed as a wealth building solution, a deeper evaluation reveals that its modest returns, inadequate life cover and restricted liquidity makes it unsuitable for serious wealth creation. So to ensure financial security, it's far more efficient to opt for a pure term life insurance policy which offers substantial coverage at an affordable premium. The remaining funds can then be strategically invested in a well diversified portfolio aligned with your goals, time horizon and risk profile. So in conclusion, true wealth creation stems from a disciplined and diversified investment strategy, not from bundled insurance investment products.
If you want to read more about this policy, then you can definitely check out the blog post we have posted on our website through the link in the description. And if you want to gain more professional guidance through a professional financial planner, you can choose to book a one-on-one complimentary consultation with one of our professional financial planner through the link in the description. Also, if you want to gain more investment and financial insights through the leading experts in the finance industry, we also conduct regularly free live webinars through which you can register and gain these insights. The link is in the description. Also, if you like this video, definitely hit like and subscribe to YouTube channel so we can come up with more such financially beneficial content for you. Thank you for watching.